Hello, welcome back to the Smallholding. It's the first day of spring, the 21st of March, and we're down here in the apiary. It's time for the year's first inspection of the beehives. So the first thing to do before we get the hives open is to light the smoker. This is packed with some dry straw, and as you can see sticking out the top here, a lot of dried lavender. That is very smoky. We'll get it closed, and the key thing as well, remember to put the veil on. So we won't get very far without that. I also need to make sure, because I'm standing right on top of one of the hives here, I don't have a bee inside this as I zip it up, because that would not end comfortably. Okay, so we'll just undo these straps. These just keep animals out and stop the muntjacs flipping the lids off the hives, and also if anything does push the hive over, they will avert a complete disaster. So just put the lid down there. I'll take this eek off. This just creates a bit of space. So this creates a bit of space for this feeder that I've had on. This has got fondant in it, and it gives the bees something to feed on over the winter when their natural supplies are very low. I'll just come out here and get my toolbox. So this is the hive tool. There's multiple uses, but its main one, or one of its main ones, is just cracking the lid, the crown board, so we can get the colony open. But before I open it, I'll just give them a couple of little puffs of smoke. I'll put one in the entrance here. Don't want to give them too much. They're normally quite calm, these bees. Put one over there out of the way. No, I won't, because that's downwind. So I'll put it over here out of the way, and I won't get more smoked out than the bees are getting. So I'm going to take this feeder off, and as you can see, that's completely empty. A couple of weeks ago, that was completely packed with fondant, and they've eaten it all. So let's see how they're doing. So we gently lift the crown board off, and what we want to do is just take a look on the bottom and make sure the queen isn't there, because we don't want to be taking the queen out of the hive. No, I don't see the queen there. So what I'll do with this is I'll just prop it against the landing board, and the bees like to travel uphill. Whenever you see a bee on one of your windows, inevitably it's walking up and then they fly back down, and if we put this here, they'll walk up the slope. So as you can see, this colony has a lot of bees in it. It's early in the year, it's springtime, but as you can see, every seam between these frames is full of bees, which does suggest that we might need to think about giving them some more space. Otherwise they might decide that half of them want to go off and find a new home, and that's when you get a swarm, and 50% of the bees will leave with the queen. And it's the natural way of reproducing, but the problem is for us beekeepers is it means that you lose half your bees and half your potential honey production. So I've just brought the smoker back in, and I'll give them a little puff and we'll try and get them down into the colony rather than all on top here. You can see, off they go. That's cleared the decks a little. Put that there. And this frame is really heavy. As you can see on here, there are lots of bees and lots of capped honey in those cells. I can also see brood in there as well, so that means that the queen is already laying. So this colony is full of bees, full of stores, and we'll have to think about what we do with this to give them a bit more space. I'm not going to put the feeder back on, so I'll just put the lid straight on there, and that one's complete. So that's the process for checking the hives. Really positive actually. I've not opened these hives for a good 4 or 5 months now, and you never quite know what you're going to find. But these bees have done really well over the winter. A lot of beekeepers do lose colonies. They can succumb to disease. Damp is a particular problem. You do not want damp getting in the beehives. And also they can starve if they don't have enough stores to get them through the winter. But that hive we've just seen is absolutely thriving. I hope the other two are in the same condition. I'll give them a check. I'll let you go for now and see you next time.